Yo, what is going on, guys and gals? It is me, JT, and before I start talking, yes, my voice is a little bit swollen. I just overcame a sickness, but I've still got some stuff in the back of my throat, so please bear with me. But I know I've been offline for about a week now, and I haven't been uploading content, and that's mostly because, well, A, I've been sick and battling with this sickness, so I'm not going to try to upload videos while I make a video, like, while I'm sick. And then B, I've also just been taking a step away from YouTube and thinking about a couple of things for my channel, and I've gotten back together and I'm ready to make content for you guys and gals. But that's not what this video is about today. Today this video is about Nintendo and Nintendo Switch. Now, we have a variety of things to talk about this week, and I'm sort of just going to pan them out over each video and so on, and just, give you guys and gals my input on these stories, and hopefully, what other stories could arrive in the future. And I would love, as always, for you guys and gals, just hit a like and subscribe if you want more content on these videos, because it's what I like to do, it's what I like to create. But today we're going to be talking about Nintendo and Nintendo Switch, basically. And basically what I've been looking at and watching and reading over the week as I've been recovering and thinking about what I'm doing for YouTube, I've been seeing a lot of news about Nintendo recently and how their SD card problem on Nintendo Switch is starting to catch the eye of a bunch of Nintendo Switch users. Now, if you guys and gals didn't know, Nintendo Switch has about 25 gigabytes of onboard memory on the system. Not a lot of memory to hold games, but Nintendo so far has been holding a lot of compression into their games. I think Splatoon 2 has about 5 gigabytes, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but it has a very low amount of gigabytes within the game. Sonic Mania has at least, I believe it's in the megabyte sections of it as well. And the games look great, they run beautiful, they're just at a low compression rate. Now, AAA developers like Bethesda and like the EA games, like 2K, Madden, all those things, those are going to be a very, very big problem for Nintendo Switch. And I think a lot of AAA games coming to Switch is going to be powerful and dangerous as well. Because if you guys and gals haven't heard, 2K18 that's being released on Nintendo Switch has taken up a lot of memory. I haven't gotten like numbers, but they say that it's going to be bigger than the onboard 32 gigabytes that the Switch has. Of course, the OS takes about a little bit of that up, so it only has 25. And this is going to cause people to have to buy an SD card, like a micro SD card for the Nintendo Switch. Now, you can get a 32 gig micro SD card, but I don't think that's going to work. You're going to need to get like 100, maybe 28 gigs. I think they have cards like that. And it's just going to be a very stressful thing. Now, here's my view on this issue for Nintendo Switch. I've never really had an issue with online like storage for Nintendo Switch. I've bought a lot of games digitally, but I've also bought a lot of games physically. Most of the games I buy physical is just because I like to have that there, and if the game I feel like isn't doing really well, I can always resell it and get money back and try and go towards another game with that. Now, I've had no issues so far with Nintendo Switch and software games, and mostly because those games are so far compressed. But I have been looking into 2K18 for Nintendo Switch, and everything from the Xbox and I believe PS4 editions are going to be included on Nintendo Switch. I think that's what makes this game a lot bigger on Nintendo Switch as well. So I don't feel very happy about this issue. Nintendo is obviously going to warn us about it, because they've released statements telling us that if this game needs an extra SD card required for it, it will be purchased on the package and on the website for the payments, which is saddening to some degree, but it's okay in my opinion, because you can go out, you can buy another SD card. I mean, if you have a 3DS and you don't really use it anymore, there is a 32 gigabyte micro SD card in there already, I believe. But if you use your 3DS, that is still going to be a problem for Switch. But I'm pretty sure there's a decent, like maybe 100 gigabyte SD card out there for about maybe $20, but probably more expensive than that. But they said that when cloud storage happens for Nintendo Switch, it will be able to store up to 2 terabytes of SD data on Nintendo Switch. And I don't know, that might be available yet or when the card comes out. I do not know if a 2 terabyte card, micro SD card, has been available for Nintendo Switch or available worldwide yet, but 2 terabytes is a lot, and I am not gonna lie, this card is probably gonna be very, very expensive for the user, and that sort of frightens me, because I know Nintendo can compress their games well. You know, they've done it. It's their game. They're developing it. I'm sure Mario Odyssey will have no issues with compression and any other very big Nintendo game whatsoever. But if you are a person that likes to download your games, such as like Rich Review Tech and a bunch of other people, you will be facing issues with this. And I feel like it's just... I wish that there was another solution around it. And people in Nintendo came out with a statement, I believe, saying that if you do buy the physical edition of the game, it will take up memory still, and I believe you will have to get a micro SD card regardless. I don't know if that's true or not. I've been hearing a lot of that though, which is very, very, very disappointing to me in some ways, but I can forgive Nintendo about it. You know, I don't have a micro SD in my Nintendo Switch at all, but now hearing this, I'm definitely looking into buying one. And actually, Nintendo has actually made a partnership with SanDisk, releasing 2 new, Nintendo Switch related SD SanDisk cards. I believe one is 128 gigs and another one is like around 32 gigs, which is the normal. One is with Link and one was with Mario. I will definitely put a pic on the screen for you guys and gals to see. And if I can find a link to those, I will definitely link in the description for anybody looking for it. But yeah, I mean, that's the problem so far with Nintendo Switch, and it's just, you know, it's not a really big problem to me. I don't look forward to buying 2K18. I mean, I've been looking into it, and if I see a lot of potential in it, then I'll definitely buy it. But I'm not a sports game guy myself, you know, I'm definitely not a sports game guy. I prefer fantasy games like, you know, Pokemon and whatnot. So 2K18 would probably not hit me on my spot, but I do believe that it will hit a lot of other people with their opinions and like how they want to play the game. So what do you guys and gals think about this whole SD card problem with Nintendo Switch? Do you guys and gals think that it's bad, good? Do you think that Nintendo Switch can compress the game somehow down to a format that is playable? Or do you think that Nintendo, you know, is totally wrong about this and that this is ridiculous? And you know that the Nintendo Switch should be able to play the games with no problem. I would love to hear you guys and gals' opinions in the comments below. Thank you guys and gals for watching, and peace out.